So now what?
Go. You.
Oh, me.
Real
Hey.
moms
Hey,
say
welcome.
the F word.
Real moms say the F word. Not just moms. Real moms. Real mom.
My bad.
Well, we've got an awesome crossover episode today with Back to the Bodega. Look at you guys. It's a great group. It's a great
happy
group.
to be here.
Yes.
We got a face made for radio.
I have actually, yes, indeed, we all do. I showered for the event because normally when I come on to the podcast, usually it's not pretty.
That's why it smells
It's
like
really
a
not
bouquet in here.
Yes, it does. It smells like apples
All right.
because it's that time of season.
nice.
It's nice.
Does it
So,
smell like country apple?
well, you guys are gonna have to talk about like what you talk about in your YouTube stuff that you guys do. But we're going to talk about you guys being dads. Yeah. And you guys are my first male guests. Hold on to your hats.
Wow.
Wow.
I know. It's exciting, right?
Awesome.
Other
This
than
is the
Guy,
episode that
because
gets
you
the
know.
podcast canceled.
Probably. Probably. But also you guys are girl dads. You all have girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As a matter of fact, they all had girls first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? You guys survived.
I
You
never
know?
thought about that either.
And
I didn't take that moment in my day to
Mine's
think about
only
me and
10,
my
so I
boys.
still,
And now,
you know,
now
girls
you're all gonna
first.
go jump out the fucking window because you'll be like, God damn it, I didn't think about that. But yeah, and I've met all of you in a different capacity. I mean, I met Matt through Back to the Bodega when you guys came here to record one day.
Yes.
But I met Pablo through when Guy was wrestling and Pablo was wrestling.
Yep.
Guy used to
And
wrestle?
yeah,
Luchadores.
yeah, yes,
Arriba.
indeed.
I need the
So-
following story.
Calypso smoothies.
That'll be another episode. We'll get Guy on.
But and then I became really good friends with Pablo's wife. And the funny story about how I met Will was I was I'm actually kind of embarrassed to admit how I did this, but I was at a film shoot with my daughter, and she was in a movie, and Will came in. And I had no idea who it was, and everybody was like, "Oh my God!" And they were hugging him like,
That's
"So
exactly-
happy,
Wow.
so happy
See?
you're here!" And I was like, "Who the fuck is this asshole coming in here?" So
Like,
I
who's this
snuck.
fucking yam
Hey,
bag?
seriously, like I don't recognize him from shit, and everybody thinks
We all
he's
look
some kind of
alike. Did you
goddamn
know that?
superstar.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you know, hey.
We all look like
could
Tyson.
have
in
been
one way
Eddie
or
Murphy.
Yeah.
Could have been Mike Tyson.
So I
Who
snuck
knows?
a picture. I like
Like
snuck
Tyson
a
could've David Wayne.
picture.
Could've been
Are you
anybody.
serious?
Word. I did.
What?
I
To
did.
your mother.
Yeah. So I snuck a picture because I'm not starstruck in any way.
Were you
So
sending
like
it to
I
all
don't
your
know.
black friends? Like,
Yes, exactly. All of my black friends.
is
All
this guy?
3 of them. I don't know. So I took the picture and I go, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. So I sent it to my husband and
I'm about to
I
ask you, did you send it around?
said, I
Who
sent
is
it
this
to
guy?
Guy. I go,
Who
this
the
guy
fuck
came
is
in
this
here like who he,
asshole?
like this is somebody famous. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And Guy goes, yo,
That's Gerald
some
Levert.
chef. And I was
yes.
like,
Yeah,
Gerald Levert. That's him.
Back from the dead.
He's alive.
That's
He didn't
fucked up.
die.
but when he was like thug chef, I was like, okay. Guy's like, go over and tell him who you are. I'm like, okay. And I did just that. And then we had a conversation. But I was like some kind of creep. And the picture I
Yeah,
took
she came
of
up
you,
to me. I'm like, who is
yo, the picture I took of you would look like you were looking at this chick's butt. And I know you weren't. But
Well, he might have been.
this girl was bent over. And yeah, I took a picture because you were just standing there.
you? Was I like this? I'm like, I mean, it's like, come on.
But I was, and then Guy, of course, told me who you were, and then we struck up a conversation, and then it was less weird. But
That's great.
But I snuck a picture, and I was like, who the hell is this? But yeah, and then again, Matt, I met through coming here and
Local.
Yeah.
Well, that and
And
well,
then-
other local
Hey, we could leave
things.
that. Let him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
remember that.
Leave it alone.
Leave that
It's fine.
alone.
Parenting.
Yes, parenting.
Parenting is the
Yeah,
best
there
way to
you go.
put it.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yep.
See, I can bring it back
parenting.
around. I'm
Thanks,
gonna
Pablo.
help you keep this
I
bitch on track.
appreciate-
Keep it on track.
I appreciate that. So being that you're all like girl moms, like how do you guys
Girl
feel?
dads.
I mean,
Yeah.
Girl, ma.
Wow.
Wow.
I'll let
We are
All right.
starting
I'm
early,
like, how many
folks.
moms you know with
Give her a break.
goatees?
Huh?
I'm just saying.
She doesn't get men on the show.
I don't get men on the show.
I
don't.
identify.
This is like
There's
the
no
anti
testosterone.
no ma'am over here.
Exactly.
This is like no man on
Exactly.
the show right here.
So,
Yes, that's
so
right.
as girl dads, like, how do you guys feel about that? Like, how, oh yes, I love my daughters, but
Oh, I do.
does it what are the challenges? What do you guys see as challenges? Are they different than what we as moms feel? Like, we just feel like the weight of the fucking world is on us at all
Well, I got
times.
a son, too, who's younger, and, yeah, it's different.
It's
Definitely.
different
It's
for a
different.
boy, right?
It's different. Yeah, I'll crack him. I don't want to really hit her.
Oh, no. I would, let me tell you, there are days when I want to fuck that little girl up.
Yeah. I didn't say I didn't want to. I just can't make myself. I'm kind of happy
Yeah.
I had the girl first.
Yeah.
At that point in my life to calm me down a little. And
Yeah. And bring you back.
I didn't want to give her a crack because she's too cute.
Oh, shit.
Now,
well,
what he's not telling you is that he usually like finds random women in the supermarket. He's like, "Yo, I'll give you $10 to just randomly smack my kid and run out." And the kid's all confused, like, "What's going on?"
That's my
Daddy?"
business.
You know, just
my
like
business.
runs off and like laughing and shit.
Some random stranger hit me, daddy. Yeah. But, you know.
What happens?
Shit.
The Me Too movement's gonna love
Oh,
that.
That's
my.
life.
Love it. Well, you know,
But he
if it's
gets
not Me Too, it's
difficulties.
PETA. One of those things.
Gosh.
Anyway. So seriously, like, you know, Pablo, you came into a different circumstance
Yes.
because you've raised children that were not biologically yours, but you've had them since you were 8. They were 18 months old.
Yeah,
So you
since
grew up.
toddlers.
They're yours. They're your baby girls, and
Yeah.
they're beautiful young ladies, and they are challenging young ladies.
Yes.
And
Yes.
how do you feel as a, as a father?
Cheap plug. Episode number 5. I'm pretty sure you had my wife who shared a couple of
Yes.
stories with these girls. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm nice. I followed the show.
Yes, he does. He does. He follows the show, unlike the
But-
other two sitting next to
Oh,
you.
no, come on.
I didn't know the show existed
Okay, all
before
right,
today.
whatever. All right, we'll move on. then.
But no, it's still difficult even now that they're older. Now
What
that
do
they're adults and they ain't none of them home, it's still a pain in the ass, man.
Well, that's it. But do you, like a lot of times, men tend to, and Guy cursed at me this morning because I used the word objectify.
I didn't curse
Well,
at you.
You chastised
I
me.
objected to the use of the term.
Objectify.
He was all like, "Beep, you crazy?"
So listen, do you guys look at women differently now? Like, do you, instead of looking at some hot chick and being like, yeah, I want to get with that, do you look at them differently, thinking, hey,
No.
I have a daughter? No.
No.
When
He's just like, "Nah."
well, when Jenna was born, he was watching, back in the early 2000s, the Girls Gone Wild thing. And he'd be up
remember
doing
that?
the 3 o'clock feedings and shit, and he'd have her laying there, and the Girls Gone Wild
Are you
commercials were coming on.
serious?
And
I
he'd be
can't
like,
watch
yo,
it
I
anymore.
can't watch that
You
shit
were
no more.
feeding
See, but
the
that's when I made the
girl watching
switch to
Girls Gone
MILFs.
Wild.
So that's when I made the switch to MILFs. Then I couldn't do 18,
now
20
it's
years
all-
old anymore.
You know what?
Now you got to be like
He's all
30,
like, "That's
35.
somebody's daughter. You know the dad wrote
Exactly.
that
That's what
tuition
I'm
check
talking
last
about.
week."
Well, that's his fault. He created that mess.
But does that bother you that somebody someday could potentially look at your daughter and be like, yo, that chick is...
It's gonna happen.
Well,
I think
yeah.
I think
puts
it
you on high
bothers
alert.
any dad.
I don't know about them, but I know for me, it put me on high alert immediately. Like it was like there was a fucking countdown clock in my head. As soon as they got into like preteen, like middle school age, it was just like.
Like this fool the other day, he sends me a text message. When the fuck did our daughter get boobs? I've been telling you for months that boobs were coming, and he just finally noticed. He's like, "Yo, I thought you were lying and making shit up." And he's like, "She's got boobs." I'm like, "Yes, she's got boobs." But I mean, yes, I get it. But
Was she not supposed to get him?
No, she was not. No, period. No,
He's like,
she
"Here's
was not.
how old are your
I
girls?
protest.
Mine's 10.
Oh, hey.
Mine's 12.
12.
Mm.
No.
Yeah,
And
I'm-
yours are
Yours
old,
are old as shit.
Oh, bro.
21,
mine's a legal age.
22, and 24, 23.
25. I thought it was. Damn, I suck at remembering their
Tati
ages. I'm that
is
old.
probably 25-ish.
Yeah. I'm in a more precarious position because now I do like with him with the Girls Gone Wild stuff that he mentioned. Like I realize now when I look at girls, my first thought is if I see somebody that looks cute on the street, I'm thinking, and I even mix association. They're close to my daughter's age. I'm like,
Yeah.
He's looking at him and he hears the steel drums. Like when the video's on and shit. He's like, "You gonna wear for spring break?"
What you gonna wear? Did you guys? What were your reactions? Well, first of all, back it up. Did you guys find out ahead of time when you were having babies?
Yes.
You did.
Yep.
What was your first reaction?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You didn't have really a like.
No, it was my
God
first
damn
kid,
it."
so I was happy. Just
Either way.
the whole package.
See,
package deal.
that's what I said.
Bullshit.
Ten fingers and
I
toes.
call
Like
bullshit.
That's it. Like,
you know.
I was
Maybe
more
guys-
happy to
Rage.
know so I could get the damn room painted ahead of time. That's all I
Maybe
cared about. I
guys
didn't,
are
you know.
different in that regard because
wanted to
I didn't
know.
want to know. I didn't want to know because I knew I would be disappointed as soon as I found out because I knew if it was a girl, I would be fucking devastated because I didn't want a girl. I didn't want a girl because I just knew I would be extra hard
Well,
on
honestly,
her.
you can blame him for that.
But see, he knew. He knew the whole pregnancy and the whole time.
Wait a
I'm
minute. How
going,
you trying to blame me?
Because men control this.
Yeah. Blah
I'm
blah blah.
sorry I threw
Genetics,
biology in this
biology.
shit. I'm
Listen,
sorry.
no, we're not going to go head to head on that. I'm not these guys.
He's not just
I have
some
soft
chef, he's
hands
some
too.
scientist.
Yo.
Many wonders.
Can't even open his own mouth. To...
They're not made for you, bro.
But the whole time I was pregnant, he knew, and I was talking shit, and I was like, I don't want a girl. I don't want a girl. And he's like, okay. And the whole time he kept it a secret.
He's like,
I
okay,
didn't want a girl.
You wanted him to keep it a secret, didn't you?
Well, that's it because
Well.
I didn't because
Well,
I knew I would
hold
be
on
super
now.
disappointed.
Somebody's wife knew ahead of time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we could touch on that later if you want. That's a whole nother topic.
Oh, my...
I'll make it
There's
real
a whole
easy.
nother
We
topic
waited
that we could
You waited?
we will bring
Yeah.
this back around. Oh
both
yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there
See,
was
that's-
some
I
pertinent
didn't wanna
information that
know.
was not relayed to me at the appropriate time, and I did not find out about it until what? How old is Jenna now?
10.
Yeah. See.
Yeah,
now,
so but roughly about 10 and a half years, I didn't find out.
See,
So
now
we're
that's
gonna
a
bring it back
callback to an earlier episode. So you guys have to listen to
Yeah.
the episode with.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
Pablo's
bring
wife
it back.
on
We will talk about that. But
Tanya actually was there the day she was born, and she was holding my legs because Jenna was a rough one. She was a rough character. And Pablo was sending her text messages. Are you
yeah.
gonna come home? Because it was like 36 hours. I kept her hostage, and
Damn.
Pablo's like, "Please, I'm hungry. Can you come home and cook me dinner?"
no, I didn't do all of that. Damn it. I'm a Renaissance man. I
don't
cook
look like
my
you
own
missed
damn
many
food.
meals,
I was
bud.
more like, yo, is everything all right? Dude, I didn't see her for a whole day. It was just
Yeah.
like they went shopping,
We
and then
went
all of a sudden it
shopping.
was like, yo, we're at the hospital. I'm like, okay, what's
Yeah.
going on? Next thing I know, man, it's overnight, and
Yep.
she kept giving me. I kept getting the impression, okay, I'm just gonna be here for a little while longer, and then I wouldn't hear nothing for like 3 hours. It'd be like 2 a.m. Be like, hey, babe,
What's going on?
no, I would get hear
Yeah.
from her. Hey, she's, you're still
not
going through your
dilated.
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting to find out. Poor guy is tired and this, that, and the other. So after a while, I just got stupid. I was like,
Poor
yo,
guy,
I was
my
like,
ass.
let my people. I started texting her
Yeah.
and him. Let my people go.
Negro spiritual.
He's all texting her, you gonna come make that chicken, right?
Right, exactly. Shit. I could.
Like the one with the peppers. Come back.
Like, yo,
Yeah.
baby, come back.
Wow.
I just thought about that. I would have did it that day, and I thought about it.
But I mean, I've never
So
asked
like,
you what
I
was your
miss
first thought.
you.
What was
Fucking
the
going Aaron
first
Hall
thought
and shit.
when you found out she was a girl?
Come and talk to
So,
me.
my first thought when I found out she was a girl, I was like, all right, we did it. There's one in the oven. I'm good. Like, seriously.
You're asking
Okay.
him. Didn't when he finally hit the egg? Wasn't he the one that went bam?
Oh yeah, he was.
Are
a
you
fucking
serious?
douchebag.
Oh
You know
yeah,
he
no.
did? Okay,
That night,
so-
I knew it was. I knew it was done.
All
I
right,
knew.
so-
You just knew.
Boom.
He did.
When he got her
went to-
pregnant.
okay,
I'm like,
first,
Bang, 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 bang.
He went to a Lita
I had a
Ford
mushroom
concert.
belt.
Mushroom jacket, mushroom belt.
It was
Coordinate.
There's a lot. We are really retarded.
He had his socks on.
We'll go off.
No,
It's like he had his socks on, mismatched and shit.
Socks
with a
on.
towel. He hit me
Damn.
with a towel, and he goes, "Bam!"
He
You're
hit you
pregnant.
with a towel.
Sure did. Sure did. He came home from a Lita Ford concert from the Chance. Lita Ford,
Yep.
okay?
Yep.
And he
No
was
shame.
like,
he ain't gonna judge. He
And
ain't gonna
he's like-
judge.
I like
me,
Lita
it-
Ford. I ain't gonna judge, but I'm thinking you left Lita Ford thinking I'm gonna knock her up tonight.
That's exactly what he said. Exactly. He
And
came
here
home
we are 10 and a half
and
years
exactly.
later. Bam.
For the record,
He's like,
our
bam.
producer, for those watching that video, is over there nodding his head like, yeah, I did that. Yeah.
And he was like, "Man,
Will
you're
was
pregnant."
a
And I was like, "Shut up."
My man in the bedroom with like a beer, like, hold on a second.
Kiss me once. Kiss me twice.
Listen, after
Talk about
the
your
show,
babe.
she was out back signing autographs. I got to take a picture with her.
He sure did. He sure did. And you know what? We have a shadow box with the P sticks and Lita Ford concerts because it's to the
She
date.
didn't believe me. She didn't believe me. She was like, "You're an asshole."
So when was
Go
the
to
part
sleep.
where you tweeted Lita Ford like, "Hey, because of you, knocking up"?
He's lucky. I mean, I'm lucky he didn't try to make her name Lita. Cause,
Damn, come on,
you know,
man.
he's that.
I thought about it.
Shut
I'm
up.
not gonna lie. I thought about it.
Shut up.
Like cherry.
No, thank you. Now, so I mean, so y'all have, y'all have significant others and wives. Do you make them do the heavy lifting when it comes to the heavy topics?
I don't.
You dive in. If
Do I dive in?
No, if one of your daughters came to you and said,
He's like, wait, now, hold on. I don't dive in.
That's what I'm saying.
But
like,
if it comes
okay,
to me,
He's
for
like, I got
example,
PowerPoints and shit.
One of the
Listen, man, if
days,
there's a tsunami, I'm swimming. I'm just saying.
but one day Jenna says to me, "Mommy," and Will, you are also, if you don't mind me saying, that you're in an interracial relationship as well.
Damn, you just exposing all my shit.
I'm
No,
sorry.
kidding.
I'm sorry.
The ghetto cop.
But
I'm gonna get angry
Who
letters.
that is, my baby dad?
Jenna says to me one day, she says,
MAGA
"How
people
come?
gonna come after me.
How come I'm tame? How come I'm tan?" And I said, "Well, Guy, can you help me out with this?" And he's like, "No, you're doing fine."
He just walks in the room
and
like,
he
bam.
leaves.
Remember that?
Exactly.
Deuces.
So I have to explain to her why she is the way that she is and the color that she is because of, and I have to use paint analogies for Christ's sake.
I was just gonna say, get the paint.
I did. I said when
Mix
we
it
mix
up.
white
Done.
and red, we get pink.
Bob
when you
Ross.
mix brown and white, you get
Bob
red.
Ross.
And she's like, "Oh, I get it."
Perfect.
But he doesn't explain any of that. I can't explain Black History Month. I can't explain Black history. She came home one day and told me how mean white people were, and I was like, "Yeah, they suck." Like, what am I supposed to say?
I don't think there's a disagreement at this table. No, I'm kidding. Man, he's like, wait a minute
Matt,
over here.
Hey,
You
listen.
and I will wait outside.
I don't get involved in that shit.
But she came home
It's
with
above my pay grade.
See, that's your white
Hey, great.
ancestors. That's why you drop the
Yep.
cheese and
They
shit.
just slapped it out of my
You
head.
can
They're like,
I was
he ain't
gonna say, you
representing.
just leave it down there.
It's
The
by
dog
your
will
foot,
get
bro.
it. That's fine.
I don't know what the dog can eat.
Well,
I'll put it right here.
shit, the dog eats everything. My mother-in-law buys him goddamn Happy Meals.
Oh, wow.
At
She
least
goes-
it's his own
Oh
meal.
man,
Oh,
I should have never turned around stealing a Mallow cup.
oh, there you go. There's
Oh, yo,
candy
the
too.
candy back
I haven't had a
there.
Mallow
Yeah,
cup in
okay.
years. I'm
Have
stealing
some
one.
candy.
Taking a mallow cup.
That's
bring the
right.
whole
We are hood as hell.
But
Okay, so for those of you listening and not watching, it's Halloween and we have Halloween candy out.
Oh, Mallow cup.
so seriously, like, what's like some of the heavy lifting that you guys have gotten involved in? Have you had to have the period conversation?
I don't do that stuff.
No, I've not. No.
I do everything else. No,
What happens
Well, not
if she
everything,
comes home
you know.
and says, "Hey, Dad"?
I don't think she would.
No.
No. Dude, probably talk more to my wife with that stuff.
But if your wife's not home, like, you
She'd
think she
wait.
would just wait?
She'd wait. Yeah.
But what if she didn't? How would you handle it? Say wait until
I'd
mommy
probably
comes
call
home.
my wife at work and say, "Hey, listen, you got a minute?"
Bitches leaving. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. I don't.
Be like, your mom want to talk to you.
Can you FaceTime?
In my house, my mother was the one.
Right.
She was handing me and my brother bags of condoms at 14, 15 years old, saying, "I better not have no grandbabies till it's time." So my mother was the one. You talk to my mother about anything. Mm-hmm. I could be that way, but I know she wouldn't pick me at this point, and maybe as she gets older. But
But if she did, you would be ready.
I would be all right with it.
You'd be
I'd
okay?
figure it out.
Yeah.
I'd figure it out.
What about you, Will?
If she approached me, then we'd talk about it. I wouldn't have a panic attack and be all freaked
Right.
out about it because I'm still her dad.
Right. Of course.
So I would trust that she'd come to me to ask questions about knowledge and shit.
Right.
But, there's only going to be up to a certain point where I can talk about because I am not a woman. So
Right.
I can only say, well, from my outside point of view or whatever.
Right.
So-
Exactly. What about you, Pablo? Have the girls ever come to you?
I
Or
can-
not really?
Not really,
Because
but that would be.
Tanya's kind of
I think-
outspoken in that regard.
Yeah, I think by default, if both parents are in the house, just girls are naturally going to go to their mothers. Hoping, even though I actually do know a lot of single dads that actually have
Oh, yeah.
custody and they do
course.
the heavy loading.
Yeah.
But I will say this: as the girls have gotten older, granted, I didn't have to have the heavy lifting with the discussions about like puberty associated stuff, and
Yeah,
what I
but
mean?
you also have a boy.
Yeah, but going back, but just following me
Right.
on this one, I have actually had though conversations with my daughters about relationships in recent years. Mm-hmm. So that is coming to me because now, they're going to who they feel would have a perspective that fits them. So like, obviously, because their mother's there, they're gonna go to her for period talk. Because it's not much, if she's there and available, they're gonna go to her first for that. But when they're trying to figure out a dude and why he's being this way, it's officially hit that thing where if I get a message from him, I'm like, all right.
Right.
I don't get messages like, hey, how you doing? It's more like, hey, how you doing? Hey, and then
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
all right, yeah, yep, he's trying to get in your drawers. Don't trust him.
Yeah.
See,
I don't even want to think
That's pretty
about
much
that.
the standard answer, no matter what he's doing.
I mean,
pretty much.
the
That's
answer
why I
I'll
mentioned
give.
it.
Yeah,
It's like, I know he offered to carry your books, but
yeah, I mean, shoot.
I already don't like
made
these
enough
young
of
kids,
it.
so
Yeah, no.
nope, ain't
Kids,
none of them worth it.
It's different. It's so different.
Single for life.
But see, now
How
you're
old are you, Matt?
39.
39. So you're still pretty young. Yeah, I guess I'm the oldest bitch in this place. That's always the way it is. Because I'm sure. How old are you?
43.
Yep. Damn it. Damn it.
Don't look at me.
Shut up.
You know what
You
they
know
tell
you're
you.
older than I am.
It's a frame of mind, girl. It's a frame of
I-
mind.
You're
In my head,
older
I'm
than
still
him?
18.
I am.
Wow, you
I
didn't have
would've
to
never
say it like
guessed.
that,
I
Will.
would have never guessed.
He's like, you're older than him?
Well, it's not like I
Damn.
threw numbers out here, but
Yeah,
if you
no.
want to go that deep, we can.
I just turned 47 last month.
Okay. So what's the problem here? I don't
Well,
see a
nothing.
problem.
I'm just saying, like, I know when I was growing up.
Why is he all about? Was he like 27 or some shit? I'm like, just
No, but you
no,
know
it's
what?
just
That
the way
year,
you said it. Like, damn.
but there's a year
We're-
between
we're-
the
we're
two
too
of
deep.
us.
was the
And
voice
he-
too
yeah.
deep?
Yes, yes,
Like,
it was.
hey,
You were like,
Basically,
damn,
both.
you're older than him?
Oh, man.
him?
He's aged.
You used to babysit him?
Yeah, no. But he uses that year difference to make it seem like it's a lot bigger than it is. That gap, right?
Son, it's a year. I mean, shit.
Whatever.
There
Whatever.
are seconds that separate
Don't-
So
princes
it's a
from
whole
kings.
year? So you're
if
getting
there's
all the
twins,
time- it's a whole
the
year?
first twin
Word.
is the king,
Word.
right?
He's acting like it's a decade or some shit.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
This guy's getting in.
No, so
More
my,
year.
my last question. I had a question.
Yeah.
that the heavy lifting. It was a heavy lifting question.
Yeah, it was the heavy lifting question.
Because I know with boys,
I was
you're
going to ask you.
you're closer to being in the same boat than I am because I know your son's still young.
Yeah, you know.
But the puberty questions are the questions about the changes of the body and all that nonsense. Has that started for you yet?
No, my son's 10. So.
But I just figured because
So
my
wait,
son,
all of you
son
have
in this
boys
day and
too?
age,
You all have boys as
Yeah.
well as girls. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you only had a boy. I thought you just had girls.
No.
But anyway, so
Oh,
that's
hell
my
no.
I was
mistake.
bringing it up
No, no,
because
no.
No.
because without trying to
It's
throw
like,
Yeah.
in the box.
Is he hitting
There,
me?
there it is again. He's like, no. Christ, no.
I brought it.
I'd be
I brought it
like,
up.
can I borrow a pen to sign the suicide note, please? Like, what you talking about?
See,
That's-
I brought it up because I only brought up because I know without trying to throw any my son under the bus, around like 9, 10 is, especially in this day and age with the internet and all that stuff. You know, it's no secret they are coming across stuff a lot quicker.
Seriously.
And if they're
Pornhub?
not coming across it, kids around them are bringing it up. So then they start getting curious, and then you start like I never cared about, you know, the browser history, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not getting in trouble for shit that he's looking up. So I'm like, and it was,
That would be funny.
oh, that happened a couple of times. He's old, now he's already, he's on the verge of graduating, graduating high school. So now, yeah, there's a couple of times I'm being like, I'm gonna get blamed for this shit. No, I didn't.
It's like I was not on the chunky asses
And
website.
it happened.
I don't know what you're talking
And
about.
it happened right around, and it started happening. It's scary. It started happening around probably around 9, 10, 11 years old. It's like when
What?
you start getting curious, you start hearing
Our
about things. You
godson's
start,
a
especially.
pervert. Just kidding. Sorry, I'm sorry. Just kidding.
It's like, he's a pervert. When's Chris Hansen coming out?
Exactly.
Ask some questions.
As long as there's some cookies and lemonade.
Please take a seat over there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We got some we got
I
some
wasn't gonna do nothing.
lemonade.
I'm like, bro, you got like
Some
9
cookies,
dozen
I'm good.
condoms in your bag.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do nothing.
You know?
As would you give your daughters condoms?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you have.
break
Your
her
kids
legs
are
first.
ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's that theory
Is
of
that they're older? I mean, yeah. of
but not
course.
even older. No, once it was the same thing with me. Like my mom, I had a similar thing like with Matt, where my mom straight up was giving me condoms at 13, 14 years old, saying even if you don't do anything anytime soon, you better not make me no grandmother. You know what I mean? It was like I would rather you have them and be safe than not have, you know what I mean? So I guess the best way, I didn't want to think about them doing that at that age, but I would rather be safe than sorry. You know what I mean? So it's like, listen, you know, like, put out all the warnings. You better not, but in case.
See, I was a product of a teen parent. So, like, my only goal was to get past 14 and be not a parent. Because my mom was 14 when she got pregnant, 15 when she had me. And I was just like, I don't want any part of that whole teen pregnancy thing. So I waited until I was 36. I think I did pretty good.
Yeah.
But that whole idea, Jenna can't match her fucking socks. I can't even imagine her, like, going through puberty. Seriously. Oh, a pad? What the fuck am I going to do with it? No, I can't even go there. But I told him the other night that we had the conversation. We actually broke down and had the conversation. And
What
he
brought
laid
that
down.
on?
Well, there was that commercial. There's a commercial. Have you seen it with the men? Where they have these guys walking through acting as if they're the ones that get their menstrual cycle. And they're like, hey, do you have a tampon? And they pull it out of their briefcase. No?
I've not seen that.
It's fucking hilarious.
I don't know what TV you guys are watching.
What do you be on YouTube?
What
I
kind
know
of
what I'm looking
on-demand
for.
shit you got going on around here?
But it's a great commercial, and it's men who are
sounds like
getting
it.
their cycle, and they're sharing tampons and giving each other pads and you know, whatever.
Sharing
and she
tampons.
goes, oh my God, that's so hilarious. Not sharing them, too.
Hey, listen.
Come on.
You said
Yeah, I
it.
caught it.
You said it.
I just got the visual of like.
She said it. I didn't say it. I'm confused by it.
Hey, look,
I'm
when
Dip
you're
in the
done,
teabag.
can you hand it over,
I'm
please?
done.
Rinse that off. Send it over here.
Hey, girl.
Hey, they're all in the stalls and shit. You see like a hand go under
Under
to
the
pass
stall.
it to the other person next.
Easy
Just
with
like
that
a
string. Don't
teabag
pull the
that
string out.
Why'd you take us there?
Thanks
Why'd you
for
take
listening.
us
Right.
Rate.
Oh boy.
It looked like a tea bag that been seeping for too long, going underneath the
Lord
floor.
Jesus.
Damn, we're going off the rails,
I
Dad.
can't.
Yep, this will be the last podcast.
there? Talk to
Thank
me
you
again
for
about the
listening.
toxic
This
shit.
is just carnage right now.
He's in the toxic shock. Yo, that shit is real. That shit is real.
Obviously, I don't know anything about it.
Thank God.
I just know it's on the box, and you should be careful.
Exactly. But you also on the box it says you can ride a bike and ride a horse. It really does.
It really does?
It really does. It says horseback riding, swimming, biking, hiking.
Well, cowgirls, they need to know.
But anyway, I don't even know what I asked. What did I ask?
You asked if we saw the commercial.
Oh yeah, okay.
Clearly
so
we
that's
haven't.
what brought it on. Like, and she was sitting in front of me, and she's 10, and she's going to be 11 soon. And I know TMI for you males. I was 11, and I don't want my kid to be 11. But anyway, she noticed it, and she started. And I said, "So, how many of your friends have, gotten their period?" She goes, "Oh my God, Mommy, 3 of my friends already have gotten it." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna die. I'm having a stroke right now. I can taste meat."
She made it sound like it's such a social,
And she was
social
so
event.
excited. She was excited. She was like, "Oh my gosh!" And it was like she was waiting for me to talk about it, and I was like inside dying. Like I'm like, "Oh my God!" Nobody ever talked to me about it. Like nobody.
That's a good thing, though. Most kids, I mean, I don't know about y'all. Me growing up, I used to be nervous about all that shit. Like to broach it.
Yeah.
To be the one to broach it, but you don't know what the hell's going on. The fact that she was ready, like, hey!
Yeah, no.
I'm
pulling
glad
out a
you brought
notebook
that
and
up.
shit.
She was.
Got a tape recorder.
And
Like,
I said,
let's
so
talk, Mom.
I said, what we're gonna do is we'll put
Whipped out
together
the
a little
notepad.
pouch for you, and we'll put it in your backpack. You can keep for, just in case. And she's like, "Oh, I have the perfect one." Like she was all excited, and I was like, "Bitch, you are not gonna be that happy when it happens." It's like
You said
seriously, like
she's all doing
seriously.
shorthand, taking notes and shit. Went to Drake Business School,
She
Fordham
ran
Road.
into
Shout
a room
out.
and she was
She's all like, "Hey Drake, give me a break."
oh my God. But so and then he came upstairs and I said I had originally told her, if Mommy's not home, talk to Grandma. And if Grandma's not home, then you can still talk to Daddy. And she was like, no. I was like, seriously, Daddy survived Auntie Shell. Daddy survived Grandma. He's lived with Mommy. He knows the deal. It's not surprise.
I just need a break from the menstrual struggle. Like, just
So I talked to Daddy
All right,
about it
hold
because
on,
Daddy
hold
said
on.
"bam" like 11 years ago.
I feel his pain because
Yo, you fucked.
when my son came into the picture, it was like
Boners.
the clouds
You were like,
parted.
"Yay,
There was
boners."
You don't even listen. All I know is when the boy came into the picture, I was just ecstatic because we've had nothing but obviously 3 girls. But if that wasn't bad enough, every time we got a goddamn pet, the wife got a damn female. Mm-hmm. So there was bleeding everywhere. Like anytime there was anytime there was a spot on the carpet, it was just like, all right,
which one of y'all did it?
Like
Halloween must have been fun at your house.
Oh wow. Wow. Okay.